Hello, this is SkateBIRD. Just playing it for fun. Need some fun sometimes. Laid back. No excuses stream. Just gonna see what happens as we begin our bird adventure. Avian Extreme Sports. Here they come. There they are. Accessibility options. Go with mostly default stuff, but we do need to create a character. Let's see. Randomizer. Yeah, let's just hit the randomizer a few times. That's a little more like it. Looks more like a skateboarder. Might be trying too hard. Is that a cape? Yeah, that is a cape. Tiny Hawk. Potentially a reference to something or other. I like this sleepy bird with a scarf. I like all these birds. You can't go wrong with this character creator. Or really anything about this game, graphically speaking. Oh, that hat. Are you kidding me with this hat? So let's keep the bird, keep the hat. Keep the glasses. Maybe change the scarf. That was actually the best scarf. Unfortunately, so... Yeah, no scarf. We need the cape, though. Cape is not optional. Belt is fine. Board. A Final Fantasy board, why not? And the colors on the wheels. Again, not gonna see them. The only thing I never customized when playing actual Tony Hawk games. Seems good to me. Gold dots, main missions. Blue dots are side missions. Very good. So I played this game a bit when it first came out. And that was a while ago. So I forgot everything I knew about it. I haven't played actual Tony Hawk games in a very long time as well. So I think I need these tutorial missions that they're probably going to make me do. Yeah, they're going to teach us how to do a ollie, do a flip trick. A ollie, not an ollie. Birds are not masters of proper English. There's also something of a story in this game. It involves pressing buttons. Is it this one? I believe it is. And flip tricks are like this. Very good. Legitimately not easy to do on an actual skateboard. But in a video game, one button. So Big Friend is the focal character of this story. But not the character we're playing as, obviously. We are small. We are extremely small. I like playing as games where your character is extremely small, apparently. Heck yeah, I do. I think there are transfers in this game. Let's see. Not like that. That's a rotation button. Let's try the bumper. There it is. Transfers. Introduced in Tony Hawk 4. This game is effectively a fan remake of Tony Hawk 4 with birds. And unique environments. And very different physics. Evie clearly having a existential crisis in the chat about the horrors of aging. I'm sorry. It happens to the best of us, though. Can't all be Superman. Or Goldfinger, for that matter. There appears to be an obscene post-it note on the bottom of this chair. It's a bird. It's a drawing of a bird. Roll out. Roll our way to victory. You can roll on the floor for a long time. There's a tantrum button. There it is. Press LB to scream. Yeah, I can start screaming now. But when I crash and start screaming, I will flail around wildly. It's fun. What do you got for me? Whole bunch of things. So this is Big Friend's room. And it is a bit disheveled. You're gonna take it upon ourselves to correct that issue. Or have fun with it, at least. We're turning the garbage into ramps in a skate park. An improvised skate park. We regret it a little bit, though. This is not what one should do with their big friends. So we'll get the crushed cans. Typically, you crush the cans immediately before recycling them. Our big friend has crushed them and then just tossed them under the bed. I guess to save space. Also left half-eaten bowls of soup under the bed. Is this the one I just ground? Back on your board. Critter. Yeah, that's the noodle bowl, yeah. This should be soup bowl. Very good. Yeah, this is one of the more talkative birds you could hope to find in a video game. Birds are pretty chatty in general, though. At least we're not a parrot. Because they couldn't afford actual voice acting in this extremely low-budget indie game. Made by mostly one person, is my understanding. Which is pretty astounding. My last session with Shadow of Rome was actually, like, depressing. Because the game got so difficult and so bad. Nothing about this game is going to depress you. In fact, that's what the birds are trying to fix. They're actively trying to solve the depression of their big friend. Metaphor. Or something. New challenge from you. Appears to be a submission. Probably optional. And I just completed it. So there we go. Don't expect to get all the submissions, but maybe. If I end up really liking the game, I'll go for 100%. Here we are. So we, now have actual punk band music from licensed artists that I'm going to turn off. Unfortunately. It really is a shame, because it's like, one of the best things about the game is when you unlock these songs. It gets real Tony Hawk. Because the choice of music is fantastic. It's real good stuff, but just to be safe, we're gonna stick to the original soundtrack. Can't even really hear the music with me blathering over it anyway. Maybe the mess is fun. Maybe not. Maybe our birds are psychoanalyzing the person who lives here. I've let my place get pretty messy sometimes, and I've never had multiple birds freely roaming in and out on skateboards, judging my cleanliness. Okay, stall trick. There we go. So what we want to do, let's hit Y right about here. That'll clean the soda cups. And by clean, I mean knock them over so they spill all over the floor, making a much larger mess than the one that was there. At least that's how it should be. They're actually ascending to heaven. Goodbye, soda cup. Our magic stall tricks. Send them far, far away. Maybe birds are coming from above to grab them. Just barely off screen. Crack the window. But that's not this mission. We'll be doing that soon. Here we have another collectible. Bunny ears and a ribbon bow. The bow sounds nice. Can I throw that on now? I think so. Bird, what are you doing? Making it hard to look at the bow. Okay, I don't know where the bow is. Maybe it's a head item. And if so, it's not going to beat the Valkyrie crown. Gave us one of the best items right off the bat, so... we lucked into... a real Viking helmet. I think back on top of this table here... should be additional missions. Careful. Apparently not. Check the map. Okay, on the adjoining table, there's a mission. So I did have to climb up here anyway. Human skaters are big old chumps. Can confirm. Yeah, SkateBIRD is a blast. Not a very deep game. Not exceptionally thought-provoking. Just turn your brain off fun. Okay, we need plastic forks. And we can jump twice because we're a bird. We have some flight. Surprisingly limited flight. But it gets the job done. Where might other forks be? Directly above us. Let's see. Yeah, this is a game that if you think you'll like it, you will. So, definitely check it out. And also, like, seeing it streamed does not spoil it. No matter how much gameplay you see of this game, it's still fun to play yourself. More fun, in fact, than to watch it. So, I'm not, like, wasting the game for anybody, spoiling it. Any way to experience SkateBIRD is the correct way, which I think is pretty neat. Got to this chair very easily the first time. There we go. Okay, just crash into the window. And it is magically propped open with the power of birds. The outside world is terrifying, and we have let it in. Truly, we are the biggest monsters. And we also let in an army of bird friends. I mean, potential accomplices, according to the game. I agree with Beulah. Accomplices. Here, let's try this out. 2 grinds in a row. Can it be done? Let's find out. Apparently not. I'll try the upper level. There's a way to set your waypoint. And then you'll have one button respawns that get you right back where you want to be. But we haven't had the tutorial for that yet, so I don't officially know how to do it. There it is. I refuse to be called the Grind Lord. For so many reasons. Get 9,000 points. I wonder if there's reverts in this game. I think screaming counts as a move. Let's try this out. If I'd landed that, that probably would have got me there. I'm actually not entirely sure why I'm bailing. Let's find out. Oh, I exploded. See, when I play Tony Hawk, I exclusively use the D-pad. And I do all my turning in midair by using the directional inputs. This game highly encourages you to only use the triggers to turn. Oh, I can manual. Let's do that. Look at that. That is a classy manual. Are these birds back here still active? Do they have more quests? No, they despawned. Nope, they're just hanging out, actually. Listen to some tunes. And you collect skate, of course. A classic. In whatever order you feel like. I'm collecting node letters. I got an A. I would not have given my performance thus far an A, but the game did. Okay, the T is the hard one. I am not good at controlling this with an analog stick. These are meant for the PS1. They should be all D-pad controls. Probably remap it in the control menu. Or I can just get used to it. Even if I did remap it, I would still have a learning curve. It's been a long time since I played actual Tony Hawk, so I don't know how to do things. Uh-oh. Went underneath the blankets. That is not where birds go. Thrasher magazine, covered with... Oh, Thrusher magazine, of course. Thrasher's over on the other side. We have a bird-specific skating magazine. Okay, now we need to make the bed. We're going to do it in the most logical way that anyone has ever made a bed. We're going to attach balloons to the corners of the blanket. And then we're going to static charge those balloons. And that is going to repel them into the sky, thus making the bed. I mean, obviously. Pretty good. 3 out of 4. Where's the last one? Actually, on top of the bed, maybe? Let's try climbing up there. See if that's the case. Yep, there we go. Balloons are on. And you will go. One more. The bed is made. This game might be aware of its similarities to Tony Hawk. Thank you so much for the cheer, though. This game alone provides cheer, but I always appreciate a little more. Yeah, the Tony Hawk pun is in the game, so I need to try and come up with my own pun somehow. Virtually impossible. Got a new kind of bird who wants to teach us about seed capital. Collect letters for the most important thing in the world. Money. I think it's possible to get them both in one big jump. But I don't think the boneless is in this game, the way it is in Tony Hawk, where you double tap up just as you're releasing the ollie button, and then you'll do a much larger jump. So to compensate, we have wings. Take the $5. Come on. I will assume our bird took the $5. Yep. To be fair, we haven't actually seen the Tony Hawk pun that's in the game yet. We will see it in a couple of minutes. Actually, we saw one of them right about here. We can be somewhere around here. There are so many bird types. Wow. We could be Tiny Hawk. But obviously, that's a little on the nose. There are more. So many more. I I don't remember what I was, so I'm a starling now. Who's gonna stop me? That's actually a good look. Maybe I should have been a starling all along. I guess we're trying to become a skate star and help our big friend. And learn about transfers, which I believe is the right bumper. Yes, indeed. Right through these cups. And these ones don't have anything on the other side. So when you transfer, you just go forward instead of immediately ramping onto the other half pipe. Quarter pipe. 1/8 pipe. I'll look for a barn swallow, why not? Visibirdity. That is a tortured pun. Maybe I should just go for the worst puns I could think of if the game's gonna go with visibirdity. Looking. Burrowing owl. Barred owl. There are also unlockable things. Yeah, we have almost made a full loop. It might still be a locked species. We'll have to look out for. It could be a barn owl. Adjacent to a barn swallow. Let's try that out. I like to think rather than becoming the one true bird skateboard star, we are working with a large group of birds, passing the baton back and forth. The fancy cape and Valkyrie helm. Towards the greater goal. Aha. This guy's gonna teach us about reset points, which are very important. The true horror is to go outside. Okay, reset points. Down on the D-pad. Boom. Fall off the table. This doesn't count because I didn't bring my skateboard. What we want to do is like this. Reset. Crash again. And scream a bunch. Throw a tantrum. Throwing a tantrum is good for your memory. We're headed outside. Let's check the start menu. There are quests all over the table and on the bed. Let's check out some of these first. You're expended. What do you got for me? Want some snacks. First, bird snacks. Includes Cheerios, some kind of seed, or maybe a grape. Would a bird eat a grape? I don't know. A jelly bean. Birds definitely should not eat a jelly bean. a Chex Mix. For here. Get Big Leap going. Our speed will increase dramatically when I max out the fancy meter. Which I haven't done yet, because I haven't done very many tricks. Trying to play this like a Tony Hawk game. That actually won't get you very far. Need to relearn the mechanics of this game. Which are very, very simple. Very fun and entertaining. Game's pretty good at teaching them to you. 6 duct tapes. So Matt built our park. That carpentry belt is. Duct tape. Very appropriate when you're a bird. Oh, it's way up there, though. Let's try this. Nope. Let's try that again. I know how to build up my speed much faster now. Retries are very fast. This game is based on Tony Hawk 4. This is how the mission system works in Tony Hawk 4. I played 1 through 3 on my YouTube channel. Because those are the ones I'm like particularly interested in. The nature of those games makes it easy to hop in and out effortlessly. Tony Hawk 4 is a much, much larger investment. Because it has this mission structure. Very accurately replicated in this indie game. Probably not the best idea to leave your bread out on the table. I assume so, at least. Doesn't seem like it would end well. There we go. I've learned skills. Who else wants some attention? You're still here. There's one more person up in the upper level that I haven't been to yet. I don't really know how to get there. I got there. Nice. Someday I'll get places and land properly when I do it. You could say a SkateBIRD. Our bird would not, but it is technically possible to say that. Okay, 5,000 point combo. I think a manual is the way to go with that. Like a manual into a grind. Okay, you can only do a manual while your board is touching the ground. You can't, like, jump into a manual. I have learned. That didn't quite do it. It's not a multiplier. There we go. That did it. Seems like your combos continue building even after you, like, end your last trick for a short period of time. Unlike the way Tony Hawk works. So, I'm obviously going to compare it a lot to Tony Hawk, but there are a lot of different mechanics. Our bird is especially adorable while grinding. Birds were made to grind. There's a bunch of secrets and stuff that I haven't found. And I also don't want to find, like, the hidden tapes. Because this game has hidden tapes, just like Tony Hawk, but they unlock new music when you do it, and the music is licensed. So I cannot play it. Throw ourselves into the basketball hoop back there. Chaser is a wild one, but I like his style. Now to fulfill his dreams of watching us become a basketball. Hey, it worked. I definitely did not go through the hoop. But why would you? The hoop is on fire. I touched the hoop and then I landed in the laundry basket. That counts. Obviously. How could it not? Chaser doesn't even have a good, like, vantage point. Where he was sitting, it looked like I went through the hoop. We did it the safer way. Signage behind the bed. Hey, a new skate deck. I think there's some clothes that could be unlocked back here. There. I remember that from playing this game months ago. Ooh, science goggles. Gotta try those out. Yep, there they were. Yep. They may do nothing, but they look cool. The last story mission was on the floor here somewhere. You? The next story mission. We said we were going outside quite a while ago, but we're still not there. Watched empires rise and fall. Stole millions of dollars worth of jewelry. And cleaned a room. Okay, stains. We gotta clean them up the only way we know how. Skateboarding. This is also very Tony Hawk 4. People will come to you with every imaginable problem in the world. And your solution is, I'm gonna skateboard on them. Every single time. And it works. Tony Hawk 4 is also ridiculously hard. I believe one of the much later games in the series that no one cares about was a little harder, but Tony Hawk 4 was mostly just way too hard. Okay, that's for the next chapter. We gotta do the transfers first. Back when I bought like one video game a year, Tony Hawk 4 was one of them, and I 100%ed it. Which was no small feat. I used to have a rule that I would only purchase M-rated video games. And Tony Hawk 4 was one of the first games after I finally abolished that rule. made me break it. Tony Hawk 4 and Time Splitters 2. Both of which are games with a trillion hours of content in them. Very, very wise purchases, because you buy those, you're set for an entire year. And I bought them, and I was set for an entire year. I never 100% Time Splitters 2. I'm not good at first-person shooters. Never was. And that game's 100% is really, 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 really hard. Never even got close. Right by the window is one more quest. Also on top of the bed. If there's only one side quest left, we might as well at least check it out. You have a lot of missions in mind for me, Charisse. So muscular, could barely squeeze through the window. Needs a personal trainer. Ugh. You can't see it because I'm wearing science goggles, but my bird's eyes just rolled right out of their head. These bird puns. They're rough. Target spots. I missed it. Let's zoom back. Zoom back again. Here we go. Back on track. Touch the top of the microwave. Grab trick. Another one. You can't even really see it. But now we have to go to another target. Below us, I think. Oh yeah, way below us. If you're not on a quarter pipe, you really can't see what tricks you're doing. But now we are on a quarter pipe. So there are subtle little animations. Our bird model covers most of them. Is there a round little guy? We need this, and then more grab tricks. I don't need to do them on a quarter pipe, but better than doing them like that, I guess. Ah, it was a workout regiment. Charisse wants to make us swole as well. And seems to have accomplished that goal. That swole goal. 3 weird brochures, work documents, a fancy GPS. And we meet a much larger bird. The seagull, telling us about Anthony. Could they possibly mean Anthony Hawk? Dun dun dun. Yeah, the seagull's very casual about it. Who cares? No big deal. So apparently we need directions to our friend's office. I think we know enough about the controls. Get what we need. Hope at least. You'll notice that this first level is very, very, very easy. And I don't think the game ever gets, like, legitimately hard. And I consider that a good thing. Games I've been playing lately are way too hard. No, the last brochure. I lost it. Must have this for sure. Nice transfer. Should have been a gap. And Tony Hawk, that would have been a gap. Okay, work documents. There's one up here. Oh, there's one over to the other side. I probably should have gone for that one first. Oh, there's the GPS inside the bowl of soup. That can't be good for it. Crashing into the bed. Getting out of the soup is surprisingly difficult. Wants me back up on the bed. Fair enough. I didn't see anything when I was here, but I didn't check the laptop. Careful. Up right in the middle of the pizza boxes. There we go. Found enough information. To find out where our friend's low-paying job is. Now we're flying out into the big city. But it's still going to be small scale from our perspective as we leap off the building. We can fly, no matter how much we fall off the building. It's fine. It's good even. Makes us learn how to fly better. Apparently we want to get inside. Jody is hesitant about the situation. I'm not. I will need a lot more speed. Made it. Fall into the clouds, eh? Yeah, we'll show them that it's safe by hurling ourselves into the unknown. Like this? Yeah. Yeah, that was a success, surprisingly. Yep. It turned us invincible. It activated God mode. In fact, I think our character needs not just a belt, but like a championship belt. Let's see. Okay, we don't have a championship belt unlocked. There's one that looks a lot like one, yeah. We'll pretend this fanny pack is a championship belt. Because from a distance, that's what it looks like. Sparking wire, that's probably fine. This building is not well maintained. Nor is any building. It's a second building we need to get to, and this is not the ideal way to do that. Over here. Get my fancy meter up a little bit. Gives us a speed boost, so we can go right about here. I know for a fact there was a second mixtape back in the apartment level, the bedroom, and I didn't find it. And I would have to deactivate it anyway, as I've said, licensed music and all. But I might go find it on my own and listen to the licensed music. Oh, so close. I need it to be fancier. Anyway. Missions. More learning. Grab your board. As you land on a fan, it will launch you. No matter how dangerous the thing we do, the seagull will save us. Let's go for it. Let's see how that looks without ending the mission. That might be a little too strong of a wind. Can't really make use of that. And yeah, it just doesn't work if you're not holding a grab trick. Our board is apparently the thing that catches the wind and gets us where we want to go. Speaking of which, though, let's get on this air vent. Or not. Fancy it up a tiny bit. Whatever. There's a collectible up there. I'm sure I know the method to get it. Can't get it to work, though. So, what other friends have we got? Oh, we can flap our wings, and that brings us out of our apocalyptic death roll. So we don't need to be rescued. It actually is a nice, safe way to transfer roofs. Bag of tools and a blowtorch, eh? I'm on it. Maybe I shouldn't be. Sam King. Not Sam Fisher. Don't worry about that. It's definitely not a kingfisher. That's a different kind of bird. Don't even worry about it. I do kind of want to unlock his tri-goggles. Blowtorch is way up there. Might actually be kind of difficult to get that thing. Okay, we got those. I think I need to do a grind now. I ground too early. Ooh. There's also more on the ground floor. There's a way to cut jumps short, so I don't go sailing every time I catch any air. Need to remember how to do that at some point. Here we go. Very good. And the blowtorch. Fortunately, it has taken me far from where I want to be. That is how you get some new wheels. I should focus on completing this mission, though. Okay. think we're fancy enough. Get up here. Get new clothes. Final bag of tools is behind me. Above me? Okay, how do I do this? Oh, there they are. Got him. Didn't grind the right thing, but I did get the tools. Destroying private property through the power of friendship. Next goal. Where are we going? Okay. All remaining goals are on the alternate roof, so we want to do one of these. No. One of these. Yeah. See what these people are up to. Inexplicably, they want to help. Big friend. But we want to help them first. The only way to do that is by listening to gossip. We have a recording device in our beak, and we just go up to the crows, and they tell us everything they know. Because why wouldn't they? They're that gossipy. Total stranger barn owl flying around on the roof. They're gonna get all the hottest goss. Uh-oh. Down I go. Oh, on top of the wire. That's interesting. So, like, about... Yeah, there. I think I gotta grind that thing. Let's give this a shot. Yep. Nailed it. And back we go. Oh no, there's more. Back where I just was. Let's take the correct route this time. I figured they would all be on the same roof where we got the mission. Almost there. There they are. Just gotta transfer up there. In a weird time with this corner. There it goes. Hubert Doughton. You dog. There we go. We didn't need to do that. The crows had no problem with us being here, but they're happier now. Spreading rumors. Sam King is probably a story mission. Let's see. Just gotta do some tricks. If we trick well enough, the birds will remember our name. and obey our commands. Just like Alfred Hitchcock warned us. That was apparently not flip trick. Accurate. You are watching this bird on a skateboard. You are, in fact, cool. Collect skate. The classic. You gotta go for it. Oh, they're on the wire. Actually makes it easier. Till you fall off. But we beat the mission before I fell off, so that's all well and good. Breaking the window with our body sounds like a great idea. You just fly at full speed. Get 10,000 points. It's the most they've asked so far. Oh, I crashed. There's no gaps, so I can't, like, artificially inflate my multiplier by doing tricks in certain spots. Tony Hawk taught me how to skateboard all wrong, and I will never forgive him. Okay, so far so good. Oh, I don't get those points because I bailed. With the manual, I do get the points. Lip trick for a while, not worth very many points. Grinds tend to be pretty good. Not that grind. That grind was only worth like 100. I'm actually gonna have to step up my game here a little bit and actually land one of my combos. That's probably the biggest part. Ah. Still try and do bonelesses, even though they're not a thing in this game. Okay, we're in there. Actually, just land this and we win. Hooray. That did not break the glass, so we did not actually enter the building. No amount of points, apparently, will break that glass. So, back to these friends. What do they have to offer? Stay in a combo for 10 seconds. Should get the job done. These are very long seconds, but there. I just gotta land it. I did it. Not sure why it didn't count as a goal. Does it have to be exactly 10 seconds? Try that. Okay. I was just like behind Chad Shakespeare for a second. And he didn't notice that I'd done exactly as he had requested. Oh, before I go over there, I should check. There's a side quest. That's a long way to go for a side quest. We'll probably be forced over there anyway. I'm over there now, but going back. Somewhere up here was the main quest, I think. You, maybe? Do an 8,000 point combo. There's no way this is the main quest, but I'm doing it anyway. There it is. Yeah, right near the edge of this map, somewhere. There's also someone up here. I think I saw that. Yeah, there you are. It should be a side quest, though. You again. We need to get more cash on behalf of this bird. Can we do it in a single grind? Apparently not. Plenty of time to get it in the next grind, though. For some reason, friction exists, and we actually slow down while we're grinding. And Tony Hawk, you speed up while you're grinding. In what might be considered a very important discovery towards the perpetual motion machine that will solve all of our energy woes. Someone harnessed the power generated by a Tony Hawk skateboard. I guess the story mission is down here, maybe? You. Okay, wire grinding is among the more difficult things we can do right now. But we gotta do it. My fanciness is far too low for this. Okay, how do I get that one? How do I get this one? Jump inside. Go above it and then grind down. Yeah. Keep going. That one attaches to this. I feel like I'm getting much better at this game. That is the illusion that video games play on your mind. Chat's ready for more bird. They came to the right place. This is Bird Central. Hey, our friend Sam King has his own theme song, which is currently playing on the game soundtrack, the OST. And I am riding right off the roof. Oh, that took me all the way back to the quest giver. A costly death. Inasmuch as any death is costly in this game. I think this is the last grind we need. So we got this. It is gotten. What do you know? Sam King invented a snack sensor. I guess that's why his theme is called Sam King Needs Snacks. Okay, back in the bowl. Is our next big mission. Right up here. Sam King. We need to launch the rockets. That sounds like a great idea. I think just a grind would be the perfect way to do this. Or perhaps 2 grinds. Yeah. Fireworks. Where did this bird get fireworks? But I guess it's just going to be fireworks off the side of the building now. Forever. So those rockets we launched. That's pretty cool. That's like a twisted metal destructible. You destroy it, and you've changed the environment for good. Okay, we need to find an umbrella. Fortunately, we have our bird senses telling us where it is. Can I get it from here? Better. Oh, why did... Never mind. Legitimately confused about how bales work in this game. Okay. Gotta be, like, spot on while landing a grab trick. Pretty good. I like these odds. Got him. Now. Okay, on the bridge. So next story mission. $10K for the punk birds. Gonna do this one. See what happens. So we've stumbled upon some die packs near a bank, coincidentally. Now we just need to do some fancy tricks. And more exciting things will occur. Yeah, I've got die packs in my mouth, which probably not the best idea. I think we need to swerve around. Do a jump off of this, like so. No? There it is. Odd detection on that thing. Fall into the smaller vent, like this probably. Bounce to the middle roof. Oh, so like off the side of the building. Maybe? Where's that arrow pointing? Pretty much into the middle of nowhere, so I'm just gonna do this and hope for the best. That was not the best. I'm actually running out of time, but it counted. think we can do this. Yeah. Nice. Now there's sparkles coming out of all the vents. Our boards are bird size, so like they're easy to replace. It's like we took an actual skateboard and split it into hundreds of tiny bird-sized skateboards. Sure, I'll amuse this crew real quick. Which is not easy, given the area I have to work with, but... halfway there. Didn't bail until I hit the ground, at least. Yeah, the individual point value on stalls is not great. There's no pivot, fortunately. There it is. 10K is actually pretty easy. Look at how colorful it all is. We've made this building much prettier. Probably much less safe, but it's worth it. Oh god, Charisse again. Another workout. Okay, we can't grind those letters. We gotta jump to get them. 2 and 1. That's what max fanciness will get you. Up 10 grab tricks. There's 4. Can I do 6 more here? Uh-oh. Surprised I landed that. Our bird flap counts as an additional ollie, an air ollie. Charisse is more than happy to count that. Bird-specific tricks still count. And just bringing a manual down doesn't normally count as a bail. That one did. Okay, yeah, you do gotta bring it down on the proper side. Same as Tony Hawk. And if you do it too fast, your board clips into the ground and you flip over. So that was leg day. Our bird's scrawny little talons are getting much stronger. Is there anyone else over on that roof? Yeah, one person. Hiding back here. Spawned in after Charisse left. Matt again. Doing some dramatic camera angles. Our task appears to have nothing to do with what he was saying. We're doing it anyway. What's the other spot I need to get to? Not seeing a specific on-screen indicator. of where I need to go here. Okay, there's like a roll of film floating way up there. Yep, there it is. Hard to see. It's one of the smallest interactable objects I've seen yet. Yeah, some speed, loop around, grind that wire. I think is the way to go. Oh no, it's a much higher wire. Yeah, I'm afraid I just don't know how to do this one. Sorry, Matt. You will continue to be humiliated because I don't know how to do your quest. And I'll leap off the building instead. And all the way back to the bowl. Whoosh. Wonder if one of the wind jets would have gotten me high enough to reach that other roll of film. Do a ollie. I think I can handle that. All it takes is one ollie, and we got this. Just one pin. Just one pin. I did it, and it broke the glass. Glass was so weak from our previous exploits that it is gone. So I've never actually played this level. I didn't quite finish the rooftops last time I played through this game. Starts with a cat pick. That's always a good sign. Check it out, it's more SkateBIRD. We recognize pretty much all these characters showing up now on the title screen. So I guess as we continue to advance through the story, the title screen is going to get crowded with birds. It's already significantly busier than it was the first time through. So that's pretty cool. Let's make sure we hop into the new level that I haven't played yet. First, look at humble beginnings. Another tortured pun. We found almost everything in there. I actually don't know where the last mission is. Thought I got them all before I left. Quite a bit left in Scared of Heists. And the new level is untouched. Never played it before. We're gonna see what it's all about. This last time we learned all the rules. Basic gist of how the game is played, but we're not here for rules. We are a rule breaker. Heck yeah. I crashed into a keyboard. Inexplicably buried underneath a monitor. Where it cannot ever be used. Seems like they want us to do this mission first. What do you think, Sam King? Snacks. I don't think there are snacks here. Sam insists. He seems to have inside intel. But I highly doubt it. Obviously, we're going to need these snack brochures to prove their existence and help discover them more easily. I think we might be taking advantage of a very strange creature we stumbled upon. Made it. Just barely had enough speed. So we're at a tech startup where Big Friend works. It is the worst. Intel does indicate that there are snacks. Remains to be seen. If I don't see a snack in this level, I am uninstalling this game and writing a bad review on Steam. I don't have this game on Steam, but I will buy it in protest. Like so many people now do with Blizzard games. A brilliant, brilliant protest that it is. Truly sticking it to the man. Yeah, that's true. Steam offers refunds, so I could purchase the game, say it sucks, and get my money back. Maybe a disastrous aspect of the refund option. Not the only disastrous aspect. It does make me realize that's what I should have done with the game Tamashi. Because I already owned it. I played it to 100%. And then I bought a Steam version specifically because I loved it so much I wanted to write a Steam review. But I never played the Steam version. That was just a waste of money. To show my support to the developer, who gets like 70% of that purchase. Not really worth it for anybody involved. Anyway. We're going for another target spot, whereupon we shall scream. Yep, this place is so soulless. All we can do is scream. Gonna need much more fanciness before I can scream properly. That should do it. Need to get over this wall, I think. Out into the office proper. A whole new world of soulless misery. Scream, scream. Hooray. How did you even hear that scream? Our birds are very polite. Very mild screams. And then we teleport all the way back. Okay, I think if we grind up there, cool stuff might occur. Need to not fall off this desk in order to test that theory. I like our odds. Yep, off to a whole new area with whole new prizes. Oh, I overshot it. Then landed behind the bag of chips. Which, I have to say, is a snack. That is a snack if I ever saw one. Sam King, you just saved this game from getting the worst review of its life. I didn't see what new clothes we have, but I'd like to. So I think we're about due. This is not useful for preview purposes. There, let's get on our board. And check out what new dress-up options we have in the randomizer. Cool shades. Probably a necessity, and a real Viking helmet instead of our Valkyrie helmet. That's pretty classy. I remember putting one of those on Bam Margera in Tony Hawk 3. Just to have something to like about Bam Margera. Ooh. Let's get Agrippa out here. Avian Agrippa. And prepare to make everyone suffer. We'll try to be the good version of Agrippa. Okay. Not only is there snacks scattered around the room, we're going to have a snack mission. Good stuff. My, like, feather plume on my hat is like a solid... Looks like a slice of cantaloupe, actually. But anyway. Break open the server room for snacks. Heck yeah. I was gonna try and transfer over the wall, but apparently all the snacks are in here. Oh, I can't believe I didn't land that. It's fine. Our crashes are very, very gentle. Not like the brutal crashes that poor humans in some other skating game frequently suffer. Now we need to go all the way to the source for this mission, apparently. Also, I got a preposterous amount of height, somehow. Didn't seem intentional. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I started by getting the snack bucket. And then scooping up the snacks. That makes sense. We, of course, don't get to share any of the snacks. Sam's on the greedy side. Let's see. What is out here? Never took much of a look around at the outside. Better max out our fanciness. In case we need it. Helps us explore faster. And then fall over. Multiple times. Unlimited times. That's partially what the scream button is for. You can flop around. So as to get yourself away from foreground objects. In case you get stuck underneath one like that. Wine bottles strewn all over the floor. Anything to get through the workday. Are we gonna have to clean this place up? Only if it involves spelling the word skate. I think that shadow is just for this letter. Remaining letters are... Where's this arrow taking me? That's weird. Okay, it's on the magazine. I couldn't see it because it was on the magazine. Blend it in with the cartoon bird. I'm sure there's a button that rights you if you're plummeting towards the ground. There isn't Tony Hawk. Our character has wings, so it should be even easier to accomplish that feat. There we go. Just a nice, easy spell skate. For some reason, it unlocked Beulah. I remember seeing her a second ago. More fantastic punk rock. Which I don't believe we should listen to. Much as I'd like to. Just in case. You never know with Twitch. If Metallica can't get away with it, what hope do I have? It's hard to even do a jump right now, but there we go. To an excellent half pipe. This area is actually really cool. Props to Matt, the bird who builds all of our skate parks. Doing a good job here on very short notice. Okay. Now we need to find, I'm guessing, toy birds, it looks like, behind me there. Birds cannot be arrested for theft. Yeah. If we steal these birds, capitalism is over. And we do it. Apparently not. Where are you at? There we go. Gotcha. I crashed. There's no punishment for crashing in this game. As I've said, this game is legitimately very easy, which I think is one of the strengths. Some of the things you can do have some challenge to them. But when it comes to, like, required activities, you should have no problem. Oh, I think we failed one mission so far. And then there was, like, an optional mission that I couldn't figure out how to do. Okay, I'm trying to grind that thing. This might also be an optional mission. I didn't check first to see if it was plot relevant. So far, we don't really know what the plot is here. We knew the plot in the bedroom. It was, clean it up. And the plot out here, or the plot on the roof, was to get in here. In here? We don't know yet. I'm gonna restart this one. Even as brutal as Tony Hawk occasionally got, they did always give you that restart option. Often, it was quite necessary. Gotta ignore that one. Make sure we can get everything else first. Fanciness is on the low side. We're making it work. Something in here. There it is. How do these bird statues end up in here? These very specific locations. Almost. It's so close I could touch it. Just reach your wing out. I know you can do this. There we go. That's the grind I wanted all along. Keep the nerd in the beanie from ratting us out. We should be just fine with our crimes. So pro-union signage inside the office, that is not common. We did see that exact same sign in the Big Friend's apartment, stashed behind a bookshelf. No, behind the bed. It's the sort of thing you would do if you were preparing for a strike. But office workers typically don't strike. Rarely even have a union. Paper clips. We want them for mysterious reasons. Maybe it's part of the overall goal. Sam King works in very mysterious and disturbing ways. Actually wanted to bring my fanciness down there. I was swerving all over the place. If I, like, really got the hang of these controls, I could do some really cool stuff in this game. I'm noticing. I don't intend to do that because the game doesn't really reward you for it. But you can reward yourself by being disproportionately good in a very easy game. Make your own challenges. So far, so good. More on this side. Okay, I wanted to do a grind like that. Now where am I headed? Over here. How did that end up being a lip trick? We got some Tony Hawk 2 levels of lip trick detection. I was going to say Tony Hawk 1, but Tony Hawk 1 only has one lip trick, and it never detects. Everything is always a grind in that game. Literally and figuratively. Okay. It's snack related. Clipped Wings was the name of that one. That mission. Which, in and of itself, is probably the explanation for why we did that mission. For the pun of it all. Scream button. Screams add to your multiplier. But only one scream. You get one free multiplier for your first scream in a combo. Good to know. Are you new? Yep, new Sam. Sam with a lot of stuff to do. Maybe this whole level is about getting snacks for Sam. Okay, something about getting into the office. Which of course requires snacks, because it's a Sam King mission. I think I need much higher fanciness to get up there. Nope. I had the perfect amount of fanciness. But I am one snack short. Almost. Must have this Cheerio. Yes. Okay, sweet jams. Hopefully they're not of the vocal variety, but we'll see. Okay. That sure is occurring. It would honestly be a pretty slick trick if I'd done it on purpose. There we go. I'm gonna let this play for a little while. I think I can turn it off. Get the juice bottle in what way? Grind it? Yeah, there we go. Juice bottle. Definitely what that is. Get ourselves into a nice half pipe. to Combo Town. And then it's just Screamsville. You do it on the floor even. Whee! Good stuff. So apparently that was one of the licensed songs. But it had no words. A nice sort of low-end licensed song that we'd probably get away with. 15k combo. If it lets me in here, I should be able to do that no problem. Because combos don't end when you land your current trick. They keep on going. Oh, I'm down. Our bird is a bit of an orb. Leads to some awkwardness during the platforming.
Bird in flight and swift in diving for its prey. With the peculiar structure
Take it slow and steady.
making a perfect landing.
This'll always eventually get us there. Just gotta land it. Nice work. I think that was our highest requested combo thus far. Maybe our highest accomplished combo. Rather than just wander around, let's cheat and see where the next quest is.
During the nesting period,
I don't actually know
great numbers
what that yellow dot is indicating. Like, there's someplace way above the bowl we were just grinding around in. That is news to me, actually.
this island alone.
Oh, I cracked open the office. Was not able to get in here until I did that last mission. So yeah, I would never have found this if I were just wandering around on my own.
It appears that a perfectly good
And by never, I mean it would have taken like 2 minutes. But that's a long time in this game's terms. Gotta be careful not to double jump, actually. We're in there. Up this very strange ramp. As best we can. I don't know why this exists, except to allow for birds to travel to higher locations in this professional office building. Here we go. Flapping to get a little extra movement. The way an actual skater would, like, kick off. We flap our wings. It's an advantage we have.
from their perches, and after several rapid strokes of their wings, level off in an environment that they are fit.
Use every tool at your disposal. Here we go. Do a grind and bail. Interesting. Made a bunch of grappling hooks. Grind what specifically? Oh, the paper clips. Didn't even see them there. And crashing into the vent just automatically solved the second half of that quest. Off to a good start, but we still need to get into the vent itself. Anything else to do up here? We just found a bunch of bird ornaments. Your job has been taken by toys. Okay. Jump over the wall. Fail. Reach the target spot. Scream. I probably don't have to do them all in one smooth movement. But I can. Look at that. Let's try this again. It's gonna require a big leap in the right direction. Like so. I'm flopping away from my goal. The camera keeps resetting every time I hit the ground, which is a problem for the aiming that I'm trying to do. It will settle down. And start rolling. And throw our tantrum. There's our board. Careful, adjust. Fine-tune this thing. Remember the game Skate 2? Maybe the whole Skate series. Also had a bail button. And there were missions that required you to use it. In a manner similar to this. But they were all about breaking as many bones in your body as possible. This is a little more lighthearted. Hell yeah. We've screamed exactly where we needed to be. Okay, Skate 3 definitely had the break your own bones missions. Possibly the inspiration for what we just accomplished. That was a sick move. No yellow missions right now. Exclusively submissions. Submissions are supposed to be optional, but this clearly means they aren't all optional. We have to do some of them to unlock the next story mission. Or maybe do something with the environment. I don't know, I don't think I've ever been in this situation before. You're the guy who wanted 15k. Where even am I? Okay, I need to go up the other magazine ramp. This one. This one should be crowded with birds. It's the money guy. Great. Money guy wants 25k. He is realizing how bad he is at being a business bird. What I need to do is get inside this bowl and just go to town. It doesn't line up perfectly to make a nice half pipe, but we'll get the job done. I've half-piped under worse situations. There are times in the Tony Hawk series where I've been so desperate for a half-pipe. I've done some desperate things. Just horribly angled, barely curved objects. Getting tons of air, enough for specials. Anything for points in those games. combo meters going up. This is more of a half pipe. If I stay on this side, I should be all set. Now I just gotta not bail. And there we go. Could have done that in multiple combos, did it all in one. Up, we broke Vince's brain. Simply by getting a number as high as 25,000. More than a bird's mind can comprehend. There's... Yeah, that's definitely Matt. Okay, that's why the office is empty. Everyone got fired. For unionizing? Maybe? So we gotta make a care package for everyone's ruined lives. I don't know why there even is a time limit on this. I mean, everyone's already fired, so... If it takes us 10 minutes to get the letters, they're not going anywhere. They are unemployed. Sad to say. Come on, how did that miss? These are some, like, Tony Hawk 2 style blind jumps for collectibles. Tony Hawk 2 loved that stuff. Looking at you, the New York level. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It is a fairly difficult thing. I literally went through the letter there. That was my fault, but like I said, blind jump. Should be perfectly lined up and not enough height this time. Okay, big jump, lots of speed. Lined up. Go for it. Got it. A new record. This one's gonna require a lot more fanciness, though. Almost. Where are we going? Back that way. I was going to grind to get the letter, but I'm glad I didn't, because it would have taken me out of this area. Which turns out is exactly where I need to be. I have never skated in real life. I would love to, but it is a bit of a significant investment. Also, there's like nowhere to skate. This horrible town that I live in. Oh, on top of the TV. It's tragic how little real skating involves. Grabbing snack foods from on top of a television. Nailed it. But yeah, skateboarding is definitely a cool hobby. Maybe someday I will actually get into it. For now, these are actually wish fulfillment. Video game playings. I've recently done quite a bit of Tony Hawk playing. By recently, I mean like last year. It's been a while since I did a Tony Hawk video. But I do intend to do several more. Eventually. I might paywall some of them, because the Tony Hawk videos have been very unpopular. So, might as well paywall them. If I make them public, no one's going to watch them anyway. So, Charisse. might be involved with the story for once. Something about plant seeds. The only way to do that, of course, is to grind on ledges. Like so. "16 ledges, to be specific. But it is actually growing plants. That's pretty cool. So this probably is a story mission, because when it changes the environment, you're required to do it. But yeah, this game is based on Tony Hawk 4, like I said. The free skate variant of the Tony Hawk series. And I've been playing the single session variant of Tony Hawk games. So 1, 2, and 3. And right now that's all I care to play. However, 4 and Underground 2 have bonus levels. And most of them are levels from 1, 2, and 3, to which they added the open world style goals and gameplay. So I might take a look at those at some point. Because I think that would be cool. Like, the bonus levels in those games are of greater interest to me than the storyline levels. So yeah, I might go through those as a little bonus, rather than ever touching Tony Hawk 4 or Underground. I'm gonna start by going for that B. I don't trust it. Not even in apartment 23 at that, what? I'm making a reference no one gets anyway. Sitcoms that have been canceled for years, which I never even watched. So maintaining fanciness here is no small task. And we cannot ollie to get up to this B. It's actually surprising how close I've gotten, considering how far up it is. There it is. Had to do 3 loops, but I made it. And the final S. And yep, it is way back this way. I never would have made it back here in the time limit. There we go. I mashed 40 keys. Never enough snacks. That had nothing to do with snacks, but perhaps it was a step towards getting snacks. Sweet jams again, and skate through some spots. Nice music, I'm on it. Nearly saved it. So, all the way back to the boombox. Slowly build a little bit of fanciness. So much so that I overshoot the tape. There it is. Inexplicably bail. There's some weird geometry up on top of the boombox. And back to work. Heist continues. Nailed that jump. Not so much that one, which wasn't even a jump. Careful. Surgical precision. Back up to the top. Get a running start, so I hit the paperclip chain dead on. Don't do a lip trick inexplicably. That counted, right? Yeah. Just had to make sure I hit the checkpoint. Do a manual. Why not at this point? I almost flipped my board. But instead, it did not do that. Okay, no fanfare. But this is a new area. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool looking area, too. With clothes. Okay. Now that I have no speed, I should be able to get these clothes very easily. Very easily. There we go. Huh. You'd think I'd have the controls down better. Gotcha. Apparently, cupcake wrappers count as clothes when you're a bird. And that's what they look like. Craig! Exclamation point. Trapped in here for who knows how long. Not much longer as we kill the power. Oh, there's a switch. Let's see. How do we hit it? Just bump into it. Slam a tail feather into that thing. One more. Heck it out of here. We can. Touching a wall sends, like, all your collision completely into chaos. Speaking of chaos, we just need to do a bunch of it, and that should destroy the backup power. Up 200,000 points in 150 seconds. Would have been easier if I had maintained the combo. Yeah, 200k is actually a lot. Switch up our animations. I assume point values are degrading as we are repeating the same tricks. All I have left is this combo. Need to make it worth 120,000 points. It is well within the realm of reason, but not gonna be easy. Yeah, there it goes. Oh well. Don't need to do that one. Do that on my own time. Let's get back to work with this character, who we are probably trying to rescue. Didn't quite follow what he was saying, but okay, we're doing networking somehow. Are we inside a computer or something? I don't know what's going on. But I don't have to. All I gotta do is touch the points of interest. Almost. If I jump into that going the right speed, I should be brought up to the next level. That was definitely not how it's done. Big jump. Back. I'm up there. Couldn't save it. Almost saved it. Many times. These vents cause a lot of weirdness. Oh, how did that not land? Where I needed it to land. Back on the horse. We're in there. Definitely don't want to fall off this edge. That would be costly at this point. Oh, I missed one somehow. It looked like I missed one below me as well. Okay, I gotta go back down. I didn't miss anything. Oh, I did miss one. Never mind. They have weird hitboxes too. There we go. We stole data from inside a computer. Manually. With our wings. 100,000 points. As proven, we can do that. But, pass. Okay, this is not the right keyboard. Also, I'm just realizing this keyboard doesn't feature letters. Just gibberish symbols. Awful hard to get any work done on that thing. Okay, we got rid of the fake keyboards. Now we need to go back to the fake keyboards and mash them again. Had to mash all three. As an accomplishment. Our first time using a computer. Not in the ideal way, but we did something. There's the point grinding goals. 2 of them. Okay, I'm getting a lot better at that. Had a lot of practice. This looks like a mission. Select skate. Again. What I'm gonna do is restart the mission. Oh, it didn't reset my location. That's what I wanted. I thought I was giving up. I did just see a new collectible. I haven't grabbed a single pack of wheels yet this whole run. In any level. Nailed that blind jump somehow. Right over the E. Sailed past it. I didn't even see the T. Where is it at? There it is. Gotcha. Should be able to get these wheels, no problem. Red, black, and white. Almost. Nailed it. First try every time. Surely the next mission has to be up here. Okay, we got power strips, which don't appear to be hooked up to anything. Wireless power strips. Damn. Almost got myself stuck up there. Where am I supposed to be? There's nothing but side missions. 2 of them are extreme score grinding. The other one is in some area that I haven't been yet. Let's see if I can find that area. I'm getting closer. Yeah, I think it's just past this. Up, careful. Past the 3-ring binder. Okay. Beulah, always trying to do crimes. Line ourselves up just right at the beginning here. Grind that magazine. Excellent start. Get on this cable. 180. Somehow. Do a flip. That counted. I definitely didn't touch what I was trying to touch, but I got the points anyway. Don't do it. Okay, good. So I'm going to want to grind up here, then dismount. Then get back to grinding. This is the worst way to do it all. As evidenced by the fact that it did not work. Double jump has come back to curse me. It was such a useful tool for so long. Now it makes me suffer because I keep overshooting the precise spots that I'm trying to land on. Okay. That's not good at all. Not even slightly. Not even gonna do the jump. Gonna do this. And grind that. For the good of all humanity. And the final 2 will require a grind right about top of that magazine there. Just stay in this pipe. Grind this zine. Do not lip trick it. Careful, very little room to work with. There it is. Priming it up. The environment is now sparking and ruined. Any new missions here? Yes, back where I was, actually. I should set waypoints more often. I always forget that I can set my own waypoints for respawning purposes. I had it. Then I got the very slight angle that caused me to leap back out. There we go. I believe it is up to set a waypoint and down to respawn at the waypoint. Hate to have that backwards. Could not build momentum there. We're gonna learn some alphabets and counting. That sounds useful. That's what we all tuned in for. Sesame Street. So once again, gonna ignore the starting letters, as the ending letters are so much harder as to be absurd. Gotcha. I shouldn't have. Based on the hitboxes of other things that I've done. Should not have worked. I'm glad it did. Transfer to get that one. Get all these letters in reverse. Teaching our bird terrible lessons. Now the letters go CBA 321. What a disaster. The education system has failed. Our poor bird. Felt like that should have worked. Okay. You're not going to be the sticking point, are you? No. Worst password ever. I mean, computers don't even let you use that as a password. Whoever set up their security systems, there's much to blame. 'Cause that should not have been allowed. What do you want for me? Get rid of that tie. You learned that money is a lie. Okay. This is not going to be easy. We can cheat it just a little bit by going like this. Gotcha. Didn't have to grind the whole wire. Just the part with the gap. More birds, I assume, spawned somewhere? There's one on the edge of one of these platforms. Yep, on top of the wire platform. Someone keep an eye on Vincey. He learned that, everything he thought was true is a lie. Now he's having us play with electricity. Very dangerous, sparking wires. Up, 100k. Not gonna bother with this. There. Don't need to do that mission on stream. I might do it on my own time. 'Cause it's not actually hard. But it is kind of hard. And not especially entertaining. Get the scissors, reach the target spot. And get 50,000 points. That seems more interesting. Didn't set my waypoint again either. So right now... Okay. Down on the D-pad to set your waypoint, up to teleport back to it. In case of emergency, we've got that in our back pocket. Set my waypoint right there. If anything happens, going back to it. Anything at all, it's back to the waypoint. Gotta land perfectly straight. Or madness ensues. Haha. So that counted as an 800,000 point combo. I'm not sure why. But I'll take it. I earned it. So there we go. There's your IL speedrun world record for that particular mission. Because of my 800,000 point combo. I got like caught inside a corner. And then it amplified all of everything I did. Yeah, last session, 242,000 point combo. So I guess it counted as me landing like infinite combos all at once. Which is pretty good for me. Score grinding. There's a new one inside that half pipe, or maybe underneath the half pipe. Let's see. This is not where I set my waypoint, but it's close to where I wanted to go. So the blue dot is right in here. Clearly the bird is not, so to get up. Oh, it's underneath the half pipe. Of course. What's your deal? Collect the word Gibson. They've said the word Gibson 1,000 times, and honestly, I was expecting a guitar. Frankly, I don't know what I should be expecting. Because I looked away for 1 second, and that was when they explained what a Gibson is. Ever since, I've just been kind of confused for this entire level. But we're trying to kill a Gibson. Sounds good to me. Okay, doing that did get us a new mission. Not here, though. Why did it teleport me back here? That is not where my waypoint was. Gotten really good at dealing with that vent, at least. Maybe I should go back to the rooftop level. See what I can accomplish with the vents there now. I think it was back one level that I wanted to be. Maybe over here. This is a new mission, at least. I don't know if it's the one I wanted, but let's find out. Imagine rolling down a Gibson. A Gibson with the force of 1,000 exploding stars. What's the target spot? Way below us? Yeah, I was supposed to fall off. That's what I think I want to do. Is not that. Loop around here. Ugh. Chaser, let me get in position before you knock me off my board. Right now, I don't even know where position is. Let's see. It was somewhere down here, so knock myself down. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just roll myself over here, I think. There we go. I definitely cheated that one as well. I was not supposed to ride my board all the way back, but I was able to. So I did it. Game can't stop me. Yeah, I still haven't found this mission. Still think it's one level below me. Probably you. You certainly have a lot of things for me to do. Gonna hack the Gibson. Or start vibing instead. I think we're trying to befriend the Gibson. Do a manual up the ramp somehow. That's not how momentum works. Okay, for some reason that counted. I'll never be able to explain it, but that is making up for my 1,000,000-point combo earlier in this stream. Then, of course, the target spot is below us. I'm assuming way below us. Somewhere over here, yep. Yeah, this game vibes fairly well, but not when it wants us to manual uphill. Get to a spot where the Gibson can see us, whatever that means, and scream at it. Point of that was for fun. Also, that was not the storyline mission that I suspected it might be. Still haven't found that thing. This should be it. Ollie off the latches in order. Craig doesn't believe that he has wings, because he's wearing that cupcake wrapper. So we need to find a way to rescue him without using his wings. Of course, the only way to do that is to break these latches. In order. Order is suddenly very important. Ollie. Gotta ollie at the right moment. And then I flap my wings and double ollie. And start skating up a wall. So that's my Tony Hawk brain kicking in. Anytime you release the X button in Tony Hawk, you immediately slam back down on it. But if you do that in this game, you jump again because you got wings. One more. Okay. More plans from Craig. But he's not on the map, of course. There's something in the center of the wire platform now. Probably an optional mission that we have to do because we need to get a certain number of side quests before the story quests open back up. Pretty sure that's how this all works. You look new. Break the clocks. Change time itself. Hey, we accidentally got one of the secret tapes. There it is now. Playing some tunes. Goodbye, tunes. Okay, one down. That's gonna be hard to get. We could probably grind the underside of the clock. If I can get back up to it in time. If nothing else, I'm the vent master. None can vent as I do. There we go, last clock. Just gotta do a big jump. I wonder if a lip trick will actually count. Probably not. But I'm probably gonna find out accidentally, because it is gonna be hard to grind this. Gotta give it our all. This should get us up there. There we go. Wasn't that hard. We've conquered time. And that did indeed summon the next story mission. Right where the last one was. Presumably this would all make more sense and be more convenient if we had done all the score grinding missions as they opened up. Because then I wouldn't have to do weird stuff in between every mission I'm trying to do now. Transfer from magazine, whatever. Gibson is learning. We shouldn't have taught it those numbers and letters earlier. We made it too powerful. Okay, we're gonna teach the Gibson bad things. That'll probably break it. Oh, we could have just transferred up to this ramp earlier. I hadn't even considered that it was even possible to get that much height. And right now it isn't, but we keep doing these jumps. We can indeed do it. Oh, right to the sky. That means my combo doesn't count towards my total points. That's fine. Uh-oh. You know, I don't think I even have to be in there. Yeah, it's not even checking that I stay inside that terrible half pipe. So I'm gonna go down to this better half pipe. Get the points down here. Yep, just classic score grinding. Luckily, they don't make you do very much of it in the story missions. Just a little bit of it. I believe 75k is the most required score we've had to get yet. I've gotten combos that were much higher than 75k. Got greedy. We also have a tremendous amount of time to do this. 2 minutes remaining, and it's already been like a full minute. The 200k side quest was not nearly as generous with time. Oh, my combo ended in midair. So now we just want multipliers. And to make sure our combo doesn't drain out. That's almost enough. Yep, 10k left. Still more than a minute on the timer. Story missions are so much easier than side quests, it's weird. That should do it. There we go. Yeah. We seem to have set the entire area on fire. By hacking it.
Scavengers, they help to keep our waters clean.
Is Craig finally gonna fly away, or is he gonna burn to death here? 3 months later.
And they follow ships for the crew.
We are, I think, back in the apartment. Yeah, I was baffled by this last time at the end of the last stream. We are definitely back in the apartment. We have a bird cage. We have become a pet. Lucky us. But this bird cage is great for skating. I assume Big Friend knows that we are a SkateBIRD. Wants us to have a skating enclosure. Keeps us from screaming all day. Although we can still scream all day.
You wouldn't need birds, would you?
Also, we should re-roll our bird, I think. Not pet them. We'll pet them later. Randomize. Couple times. I keep getting dignified British gentleman. Although this one has ridiculous shades. I like this one. The Sleepy Owl. Oh, Sleepy Hawk. Chickadee with the cape. There's a Sam Fisher. We gotta keep the ukulele. I didn't even know that was an option, but I love it. Bowler hat, also very solid. Let's find some glasses that don't clip through it. Like those. Square glasses are pretty classy. Can't really go wrong here, but the tiny glasses seem to be the strongest choice. Yep, uke, flawless. The waist, things sort of interact with the camera in a way I don't like. So I'm keeping the camera. That's all good. Here's what I had most of the game. Final Fantasy. I can't even really read that. The wheels get in the way. Birds. All bird-themed decks.
The adult birds are the ones with the white heads and white tails.
I think that was an ad for the limited run release of SkateBIRD. On the board that I couldn't read. Anyway. That one's pretty cool. There, Spirograph. You gotta go Spirograph. This is our coolest bird yet. Maybe they'll get cooler as we unlock additional things in this level.
Takes these dogs about 3 years to get their,
Wait, what does this sign say?
the young ones are brown and mottled.
Okay, our union is bird-themed even. Somehow.
They gather in groups
hacked the Gibson. Big friend got a check that made them scream really loud. Buy us a bunch of toys. Hey, I really appreciate it, Melandro. That is, something I need to hear more often, quite frankly. And if you're just joining me, we are friends with a human. Our SkateBIRD, obviously. We went to their place of work, destroyed the computing infrastructure, and somehow that caused our human friend to receive a tremendous amount of money. And we're throwing a party as a result. I don't follow it, but I'm not complaining. We gotta grind this. Oop, I didn't realize it was so far away. Looks like this didn't count because I started it in the wrong spot, but we'll grind it back. This has gotta count. Now we need to go back and grind a ton of different locations. Or probably just look at them. Yeah, they're just checkpoints. We touch them. We get the points. This is less of a hardcore skating game than like the Tony Hawk games, but certainly more of a game than Goat Simulator. It splits the difference, but ends up way closer to Tony Hawk. I guess we're headed down in a slightly awkward dismount. A big friend moved their desk. So now we have free reign of this weird series of half pipes that still exists underneath where their desk used to be. Couple more spots. We'll be ready to party. Guess what I want to do is jump in here. Not sure why the physics work there. Here we go, get over it, and that's some more things. And right back where we started. Mission accomplished. Snacks, of course. They might already be consumed by Sam King, the Kingfisher. And if you saw the title screen, we now have a ton of friends bopping around on the title screen. It's going to be quite a party once we get it all set up. Our bird is popular. This game's also pretty popular. Long awaited after many delays because it's a very small development team. And well received when it did come out. Money is worse than a vicious, blinding evil. Vincey's come a very, very long way. Money is a concept. Made up. But our big human friend saved the day with some money, so I guess they are seeing the value in it in some way. Set up a waypoint right there. You get to manually set your checkpoints in this game. It's a good feature. Gonna climb up. Try and grind this. Okay, just touching the spiral got me there. And there's our waypoint. Everything's going according to plan. I have big-brained my way through this mission. Do the hard part first. Then come back and set up these streamers. Also, punk music, which I'm trying to avoid, but we'll listen to it for a couple of seconds. And then I will unfortunately cut it. That's less than ideal. Maybe a bit of a costly error. If we get a combo going in time, we'll be all set. But I think I want to go all the way up. Start the grind up here. And head down. And win. Take off that tie, Vincey. Doesn't go with your fashion sense. What band is this? We Are the Union, apparently. Good band. Gotta go. I think they have the most licensed songs on the soundtrack. Got like multiple pages just for their stuff. Can check where the next mission's gonna be, so I know that I'm going the right way. Yeah, it's actually on the deck lower than where we just were, down here. Get the scissors again. They have a 3D model, they're gonna use it. Matt loves cardboard. Apparently, our human friend is talking to us in a way that we can understand. So this is the final level, and things are actually mildly difficult. The whole rest of the game has been laughably easy. The level just before this one had occasional challenges that were satisfying, but nothing too ridiculous. Some of the optional ones were on the ridiculous side. Much more efficient path to the cardboard this time. But yeah, they seem to have tightened up time limits significantly, so as to provide something close to a challenge. And I'm actually still not great at the controls, even though this is the last level. It's taken about 3 hours to get here, and still a bit sloppy with my skating. But it should be absolutely fine to get us through to the end. There'll be plenty of optional secrets that I'm gonna miss. But I don't need them. There we go. Wasn't that hard. Made a skate park inside of a Gibson. Can you imagine such a thing? So that was the preceding level. And I had to look it up. But I found out what a Gibson is. Because the game didn't tell me. It just started talking about a Gibson, and I didn't recognize where we were. Because it really didn't look like a supercomputer. But that's exactly what it was. I was able to figure that out from context clues eventually. But the Gibson specifically is a reference to the 1995 movie Hackers, starring Angelina Jolie and Matthew Lillard and others. And in that movie, the main characters, as you can imagine, are hackers. That which they are hacking is a supercomputer that runs all the technology in a corporation. And that supercomputer is called the Gibson. And that is why we have hacked a supercomputer called the Gibson in an office building. Door's open. We can go out into the bathroom. Kind of thought this was the door to the hallway. We filled the bathroom with streamers. That's going to be inconvenient for the upcoming party. But alas. So, for some reason, we got inside of that supercomputer and just ripped it apart. That crashed the computer. And then our big friend, who had previously possibly been fired, there was a long list of people that had been fired from the job. And then, instead of being fired, our human friend got a ton of money. And what I assume is, it's a reference to Office Space, where the main character launches, like, an internal hack on the computers that skims a bunch of money off of every single transaction. And then, they're about to get caught because, obviously, you would. But there's a fire that burns down the entire building, and that's how we destroy the Gibson, with fire. So I assume our friend was doing an inside job, stealing money from the corporation, and was about to get caught. We destroyed the evidence accidentally. But it's good that we did. Because now we get to have a party. Okay, just touching the pile of snacks counts as an accomplishment. There are a lot of them. They're hidden all over the place. Or rather, we make it appear by touching the checkpoint. Right there. We're gonna hide snacks all over the place. Like a squirrel before hibernation. And this is going to end well for some reason. Because everything we do in our absurd bumbling ends well. It's really weird that all of a sudden late in the game they just start referencing a bunch of movies and not telling you. And like 90s movies at that, which a lot of the audience is not going to recognize. And I love it. Because that's so specific. You only get that out of indie games. Being this self-indulgent. And just not even caring if the audience is able to follow along. But the right people get it. And that's all that matters. And not nearly enough games do that. Games have to have mass appeal, especially indie games. But this one skates by, being as obscure as it wants. Saying and doing whatever it feels like. If I made a game, I would do exactly the same. I would sell 0 copies, and my life would be ruined. Fortunately, that is not what happened with SkateBIRD. We're plugging the drain with snacks? That's such a bad idea. We're the worst bird. Okay, the next checkpoint is not in here. I think. It's over here. Yes. Under the sink. I am not familiar with the animation show by Don Hertzfeld. But if that is a 100-bit recommendation, I will take it seriously. Thank you tremendously for the bits.
Together in Florida, where they go for the win. There's not a single female in this flock.
Very important, because I do not have guardian angel birds that help me make infinite amounts of money using old movie references. Oh, the last spot is up there. Why would it be up there? How can it be up there? I will say making the levels more difficult via reduced time limits. It's not the most satisfying challenge in the world. There are probably other ways it could have been done that would have been more effective. But this is based on Tony Hawk 4. Tony Hawk 4 was difficult in every way that a video game can be difficult. Absurdly tight time limits, goals that send you all the way around the entire world and make you hold a combo for the entire time. So overall, this game is really merciful. They could have balanced the difficulty in more satisfying ways, but, you know. Indie game. Very small developer. Still talking about finding the human a career. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Reach the target and drop some glitter bombs. These missions are fun. And they all seem to have, like, visible results on the world, which the world is also fun right now. Craig wants to help out in a subtle way, like setting off a bomb. I'm gonna have to review the footage there. I thought I had tons of time left. But we have seen glitches in this game, including a 1,000,000-point combo that I got earlier. With only like a couple of tricks. It should not have been a 1,000,000-point combo. But this is a tough level. It's ultimately fair, but it's reducing the fun factor just the slightest bit. Didn't expect to stay in the combo here, but it is working out well for me. I bet if I wedged myself in between the half pipe and the glass door, I would land a 1,000,000-point combo. Or bail immediately. Okay, let's get 60k in a single combo this time. There we go. Nice and easy. That's how easy it was all along. Craig learned to fly. We pulled out our ukulele and played some Foo Fighters. He is ready to fly high. Okay, let's find a wallet. It should be pretty bloated, considering the amount of cash we stole from a large corporation. There it is. Inside one of our half pipes. Nice and easy. Wouldn't have been as easy without the arrow telling us exactly where to go. Speaking of arrows telling us where to go, this should be just a score grinding mission. Oh no, it's a wander aimlessly mission. Let's do it. I was gonna say I was gonna hit the start menu and look for arrows that point me where to go. But I didn't need to. I bumped into Teresa. And her family of crows that we met on top of the roof. Above the office building. Which was probably a series of references up there as well. Not just to, Siphon Filter? Is that Sam Fisher's game? No, that's a different first-person shooter series. Oh well. Splinter Cell! That's what it is. Thank you. I got it just before chat was able to hook me up. But with the delay, it's gonna look like I stole it from chat. Okay, birds want us to just go to town on this skateboard. Swerve all over the damn place. Seems like we could get some ollies in right now. I don't know if they'll count. Hopefully, because the time limit is pretty tight here. This is directing us all over the place. Okay, it did count. We get 2 ollies per jump. But it does send us pretty high in the air. It might be faster if we go up a quarter pipe. Then do our air ollie like this. It is not. That's way higher. On your board. It's technically still in a combo. Ah, I bailed. Splinter Cell I always meant to play. And I never got around to it. I was really into stealth games back in the PS2 era. And that was one of the big ones. And it ended up being largely forgotten. And I never touched them. But it might actually be fun to check out. We have seen stealth games can be very tedious in a blind run. They're sort of designed to be tedious. So not always great to watch. Okay, if we time this just right. We do an ollie, and then just as we're about to land, we do an air ollie. That should get us the maximum number of jumps in the minimum amount of time. But I'm not timing it right. Our board swerves back and forth as we do this. One more. Yes. Once again, very, very easy. Only challenge is the tight time limit. We've turned baby crows into killing machines. I know almost nothing about the Splinter Cell series, but it endures. I think there were recent revivals of the series. Recent-ish. Recent relative to the original games. So like 10 years after they came out. They made new ones. Dunk ourselves into a scream. You know the deal. Well, we gotta get up there, though. Got a nice convenient ramp. And we build our speed. Can't even get out of the magazines, but we made it. Into the hoop. Eventually. Past the walk. Over the stove and through the fire and flames. And into the recycling bin. The recycling bin is now on fire. I assume it's going to stay on fire. Let's see. Nope. We wisely put the fire out. Otherwise, this place would be filling with the fumes of burnt plastic, which are toxic. Might have put a damper on the party. If everyone died. I've been to parties like that, and they're not very fun. Next quest should be over here, maybe? Past the map of the world. Maybe Big Friend is plotting further stealing operations. We'll become an international criminal now, since we got away with one gigantic espionage theft. I'm not finding where I need to go. There's only 4 missions left. One of them I never would have found. The other one I drove right past. And then I think there's one here or below me. Below me is the way it ended up being. But this is apparently a story mission. So, what are we doing to this? Rex Harrison, who I've never seen before. We need more space. We filled the space with skating stuff. Which one's kickflip? The game is disabled. Hints to tell you. Okay, one of those was kickflip. So I guess we just go up here and do a bunch of flips, and then we tear apart the curtains. Go us. 10 manuals on the bed. And we get one mission in one try in this level. Failed, but it still counts. One more. Oh, back to the stove. Which, easiest way to do that seems to be from here. If I get the grind. Yes, right to the pan. Down I go. We can get these 40k anywhere, so... Bathroom proved to be a pretty good spot to get a good combo going. And it's all glittery now. Win-win. Uh-oh. That shower door is coming back to haunt me. Yeah, on the topic of Splinter Cell, I would quite honestly like to play every single PS2 game. If that were possible. It is not possible. The sheer number of lifetimes that would take. Oh, I have 40,000 points. I do not. I'm bad at math. But I'm ridiculously close. That should do it, actually. Not that I'm looking at the numbers. Oh, I'm 5,000 points off. Well, even that is a pretty easy combo to get. We stay in combo. Even after the time ends. And that is over 50k. We didn't crash. We win. But there's like a streamer who has played or is working on playing every single Genesis game, which is doable because the Genesis has a reasonable number of games, and most of them aren't that long. PS2, unreasonable number of games. Most of them are very, very, very long. We just played one that was like 30 hours. And it wasn't even the highest tier of long games. Plenty of RPGs. Skate on the highly unstable floating pictures. That sounds fun. Okay, well, I guess we made an anti-gravity formula. And didn't make it through the moving process. I like how this is apparently a new apartment, and it is identical to the one we came from, just cleaner. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. I guess what I should have done there was try and recover by jumping to them from over here, like this. Not even kept the chain going. These are actually easy to get to from the starting point. Use our waypoints. Just get the last 3 that I've done before. After doing the mission somewhat incorrectly. But correctly enough for it to count. I don't think the anti-gravity was a specific movie reference. It always could be. All the way back on the floor is another main quest. What else lies up here? Nobody. Yeah, that side quest that was still below us is still below us. Oh, there's no way to get down under that area. I don't know where that quest is. In the red area? Right over here. Somewhere behind the crows. There you are. Oh, just stay in combo for 30 seconds. We've done that. And the time limit is absurd. This is a weirdly easy one. Save my screams for when I need them. Finish with a scream. There we go. Very easy. So the story mission was over here. Yep, there you are. It's old Charisse. The buff owl. We're gonna plant some plants. Yeah, for some reason, Charisse got a green thumb in the office level. We started planting plants inside the office. Unfortunately, their green thumb is so buff, they cannot do this themselves. They need our help. My board got stuck in a wall. I was shredding so fast. How do I get back up there? There's a ramp somewhere around here. This might actually be the fastest way. I swear I went for an ollie there. Headed back where we need to be. Almost. Should be the remaining 4. Just gotta grind them. Like this. Scream under the bed. Do that. Almost there. And scream over here. Yeah. We're moving Charisse in, somehow. We can make decisions about who lives in the apartment. I'm happy with that decision. And this human just lets thousands of birds into their apartment. Because why not? Landlords is why not, but we live in a slightly idealized world. Only slightly. All of the suitcase lashes, borrow clothes. Yeah, the seagull has no hats. No capes, no glasses, none of that great stuff. Getting real good with the camera angles here, late in the game. Not sure where the suitcase is. Somewhere up here. There we go. There are numerous suitcases. And they would make good skating spots if skating was indeed what we were doing in this mission. I was worried for a second that they'd make us actually, like, squeeze into shelves that are underneath the quarter pipes. Because there are shelves down there. Getting in there would take a lot of precision that I do not have at this point. And if I ain't there yet, I'm probably never gonna be. These are pretty cool clothing items. Not sure why they are being kept in suitcases inside a human person's house. We got hype for birds, and rightfully so. Birds are great, especially when they skate. I just came up with the tagline for this game. Roll for it. There we go. We stole the clothes. And we had a makeover for this guy. We put a tie on him. A tie was not among any of the clothes that we stole. This game is fairly loose. We are on the final level, I'll say, so this is difficult as things get. And it is moderately difficult, but still perfectly manageable. It has built up difficulty so slowly that I've had no issues with the game so far. I've had to retry almost every level, almost every mission in this level so far. But only once or twice. Coming from actual Tony Hawk games pretty recently, that is unbelievable. Tony Hawk games are very, very difficult. Do it again with the 540. And finally, 720. I did it by bouncing into the sky. And just spinning around a million times on my way down. Don't bail, find the loot, find the loot, find the loot. This could be Sweet Tooth's house, can't rule it out. Maybe our big friend was Sweet Tooth all along. We haven't seen them yet, so they could actually be serial killer. We know they're a criminal. They stole a tremendous amount of money from their workplace, which was about to fire them anyway. According to Head On, Sweet Tooth is Marcus Kane. And just like an emergent alter ego that also weighs a different amount and is slightly shorter. So, according to that game, Sweet Tooth doesn't exist at all and is like a magical manifestation of Marcus Kane's latent homicidal tendencies. So, if one Twisted Metal doesn't make sense, trying to combine them makes anti-sense. Negative sense. There's just no resolving the logical inconsistencies throughout the series. Especially because the series has recurring characters, even though completion of a tournament requires everyone die. Yep. Beulah stole some stuff. I don't quite know what, but this game also doesn't like explaining things. You're either along for the ride, or you're the game's developers and you get all the references, or you're not playing the game anymore at this point. Birds. There are some birds. Hey, we crammed the suitcases here. In the secret compartment. Now I can't get out, so I'll teleport out. So I have been able to the whole game. There are a lot of birds. All over the place. Should be one over here. The thing is, new birds are spawning in the same location as birds we've already met. So the flames seem to be spreading out of control. I thought we put them out, but we did not. We're gonna need to do that now before everything burns to the ground. Although if this is Sweet Tooth's house, that guy's got fire on his damn head. He should be used to it. He might not even notice that his apartment's on fire. And time to scream a lot. Nice work. That actually left soot and ash on the wall next to the fire we started. New birds over here. This seems like a mission I can do. A scream. Looks like the final mission. We're gonna scream at Big Friend. It's so exciting, Seagull wants to barf on us. Where is the door? This is the bathroom. Okay, there's the door. That was one big scream, I guess. Let's get ready. Too many birds. The camera can't handle it. Hey, we did it. Nice work, SkateBIRD. Turns out, yeah. Big Friend was Sweet Tooth all along. Every game I play is a Twisted Metal game. Can't escape it. Actually, might go back and try and find some of the side missions. That final level was actually pretty fun. That was a satisfying degree of challenge right at the end. The early levels were extremely easy. Then the mid-levels were kind of hard in a moderately frustrating way. Then this final level was just kind of right. I got a bit frustrated. Complained a bit about the tight time limits, but overall, now that I'm looking at it retrospectively, very, very satisfied with especially the final level, but the overall game. Absolute joy. Yep. This is the missing link between Twisted Metal and Birdemic: Shock and Terror. That's a good movie that I haven't seen in many years at this point. And before this game, that was my reference point for all of birds. If I saw a bird, I would expect it to vomit acid on me until I died. And also for it to be a GIF. Lazily crammed onto a pre-rendered image. The birds in this game look a lot better than those birds. That's a good thing too, because we only saw birds for the entire game. No humans managed to appear. Maybe there will be a after credits sequence of all humans. Maybe the birds were humans all along. I've seen things where that was the twist. Xavier, Renegade Angel. Hate to spoil it for you, but you never watched it in the first place. He's a human. I like how much they have to slow down the credits to make it look like a lot of people worked on the game. Because running these at normal speed, these credits would be long since over. But these are the slowest scrolling credits I've ever seen in a video game. But it helps us appreciate every single name that we see. Apparently there was a loop-de-loop in one of these concept art images. Why did that not make it into the final game? Looks like it doesn't work. The bird appears to have fallen off the side of the loop-de-loop at great speeds. Probably bailing in the process, so...
These young red tails are nearly full grown, and they are learning to fly.
I don't think there is a loop-de-loop in the final game, but if there is, I'll try and find it. There is, in the very first level, a quarter pipe that goes all the way around, so that it's like a U shape up against the wall, like a D without the vertical line. But if you go all the way up so it's like vertical, you just sort of flop down afterwards. You can't really make the full loop. So I think the physics engine just cannot handle loops. Just like the Twisted Metal 2012 physics engine. That appears to be a physical origami bird. Maybe. It looks like an actual photograph of a real world thing. That are its abnormally good CGI rendering. Better than we actually saw in the game. There's Goku Bird. Bird with a red ball in its butt. Lots of things to distract from the names that we are supposed to be highlighting right now by scrolling the credits so slowly. I don't recognize any of the names, but I know Megan Fox, the lead developer. They have had a fair amount of success as a result of this game, and in the game's lead-up, it went fairly mimetic several times. At a full boyfriend would be appropriate as a follow-up. This game came out right around the same time as Webbed, and the bird in this game has a cameo in Webbed, as well as a skating minigame in Webbed. I like that game a lot. One of the first games I streamed, and I recommend watching it, because it rules. But the developers of Webbed are currently making a 3D game in Unity, same as how this game was made, where you play as a isopod, like Pillbug, or Roly-Poly, or whatever you want to call them. It's one of the most heavily renamed bugs in existence. And you roll around at tremendously high speeds and do a bunch of tricks. I'm hoping they name the game Pillbug Parkour, but I don't think they will. But maybe. That's the concept, at least. Even if they don't name it that, that is an apt description thereof. So I really look forward to playing that game eventually. but it's probably a long way off. Glad games like this exist, where, like, small animals do weird, non-characteristic things to accomplish a goal that is important to them and becomes important to you through its mundanity. So far, games of that nature are batting 1,000 in my book. This game is a little expensive for how small and easy it is. I think I bought it for 20 bucks when it was new. But if you ever bought one of those Twitch.io bundles, pretty much any of them, SkateBIRD could be in there. I know it's in at least one of them. So if you don't think you own this game, you might. Be worth checking into, and it'd be worth playing it, because even though I just spoiled the entire plot, it doesn't matter. The game is still fun. It's all about playing for fun. Now we go through all the songs we didn't hear. The game is much, much more fun if you play with the punk soundtrack. I recommend doing that in a casual playthrough. Apparently they just use the title track for every We Are the Union album in the soundtrack. Because they're all good songs. Oh, some of the music from Webbed ended up in this game. I didn't even know that. I don't think I found the tapes for those two songs there. If they're even on tapes.
During the nesting period, great numbers congregate on certain isolated
But yeah, this game and Webbed are inextricably linked, despite sharing no developers in common.
This island alone, more than 6,000 come annually.
Now we're getting into the actual congratulations. The credits themselves are thanking the developers for the good job they did.
Some trick of nature, it
But I'll back that up.
perfectly good food, also
They did
very
do
small feet.
a very good job. Is that the end? Oh, bird patrons. Thankfully, they're speeding this up. Because, yeah, this is going to be a lot of names. A lot of backers. And they're not going alphabetically, so you can't tell how deep you are. We gotta skip these names. Sorry, backers. You know who you are.
But soon these young
Oh,
ones
man.
will adult
Look at all these birds.
and like their parents,
Seagull made it into the title screen, controversially. Beulah, that bird whose name I forgot.
after several
Vinci earned a spot
level off
for
in an
repenting
environment that they are fit for.
and giving up all his worldly possessions. And Craig's back there. Sam King just below us. Matt in the corner. Good stuff. Let's see what percentage we got here. There are only 3 missions left. No more clothes. I know where the deck is. I kind of want that deck. I'm gonna go get the deck. And look at the missions. Did we set the bed on fire? That's a bit of a problem. I guess because it's adjacent to this wall that we did set on fire, the bed also caught fire. There's one of the missions, and there's a cat. Had to go back and check that. Probably don't put cat pictures right next to your bird cage, though. That might be a little upsetting for your birds. And also don't put your bird cage on your own bed, because then you can't use your bed. Bail, stay bailed, and roll around on the bed. That seems easy enough. Here we go. You have to roll through specific spots, though. Rolling is not easy because our bird is not actually spherical. Or conical, for that matter. It is shaped like a weird little pear. But I'm making it work. Readjusting as necessary. Behind us. How'd this happen? I was gonna say, you better not make us go up that ramp. There's no way our shape would allow us up that ramp. And finally, right back where we started. Get a little scream boost. Rolling around the bed. So, the thing I'm looking for should be over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it over this quarter pipe on the spice rack. And I just got hurled off the stove. But it got me closer to this spot. This is what we really needed. The last deck is right next to the sink. There it is. It's a little coffee mug. I think I need just the right double ollie. Something like that. A little extra fanciness and we got this. Or maybe grinding the faucet itself would get the job done. This is preparing us for the kitchen level of Twisted Metal Small Brawl, which is coming up real soon. Okay, there's no way around the faucet, so that way's out. I think we're gonna need to do some fancy skating here. And touch it. You know you want to. Thank you. That's actually a bunch of skateboards. Let's see what this is all about. Not the best camera view I've ever seen. Got, just now, Grave Danger. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I especially like this one. Don't know why it teleported me to the top of the sink. And further missions, I remember seeing where they were. Ah, on top of the couch. In my opinion, Small Brawl does not rank above pretty much any Twisted Metal game. I mean, it's probably more fun to play than Twisted Metal 3. But that is really splitting some hairs in a weird way. Is one of the quests underneath the chair? Or you, maybe? Yep. We gotta get Skate. Has to be done. Where's the S? We don't get skate, then we're just bird. Nobody wants just bird. And that was a very easy get skate mission. And that just leaves one optional mission here in this final level. So let's complete it. So there are no optional missions left. Except in other levels where there are many left. It's 70,000 points. What I want to do, actually, is something that I was meant to do in one of the missions, and then I, like, exploited my way out of it. But it's cool, and I gotta do it. I need to grind down Big Spiral. So on the record, Twisted Metal 3 is the worst Twisted Metal. That is my official stance. But there are days when I would prefer to play it over Small Brawl. It provides a more satisfying challenge, for what that's worth, than Small Brawl. That was weird. I bailed in midair. I think I hit the top of the skybox and got kicked out. Even weirder is the Punk Birds only want 70,000 points. In the level before this, they wanted 200,000 points in the same time frame. So for some reason, this level is meant to be considerably easier. At least in this one mission. Oh, careful. Save it. Twisted Metal 4 is, like, actively unfun, but I do love it. And there we go. All the missions for this level down. That is definitely a completed mission. Death's Door is bird-based? I didn't know that. I'm familiar with the game. I didn't think it was about birds. That is apparently my mistake. So, we gotta have a bird petting. Obviously. This is one of the best features in the game. Look at that. Baby loves head rub. We can also boop. Bird likes that. Booping it up. Having a good time. What a thrill. I think I could play as a crow. I'm gonna give that a shot at some point. Let's change our bird into a crow, if at all possible. Ooh, magpie. Classy. Raven. Now this is definitely not a raven. I've seen a raven in person. Ravens are gargantuan. They're the size that you think an eagle is the size that a raven is. There are smaller species that exist, but the common raven is very, very, very large. And I want to say all ravens are significantly larger than crows. So, not a raven, but we'll take it. We will. Plant ourselves in the cage up here. Because this is where we want to be, I guess. And we'll roll around for a while. Scream our way over to our trusty skateboard. And we will skate another day. But for now, Big Friend is saved. Our job is done. See you in SkateBIRD 2.